morning, thank you for joining me for another video. Today, as you will have seen from the title, I am doing something a little bit different for me. What I eat in a day, along with some meal planning sort of chat. I would say tips, but as will come to light as we go through the video, I am not the world's best meal planner, and a little bit of cooking possibly. Now, when I started this video, in fact, less than 10 minutes ago, I had no idea what I was going to be eating today. I had not planned it at all. The only thing I knew for definite was that dinner was going to be courtesy of HelloFresh. Now, I've talked before in my videos about HelloFresh. I have dipped in and out of using HelloFresh for couple of years since lockdown, really. So yeah, I've been using them on and off. Probably I would say on average about once a month I get a delivery from HelloFresh. So I'm happy to be working with HelloFresh for the first time in today's video. So what I can tell you is that dinner is going to be one of these delicious things. It's either going to be cod in tarragon sauce with smashed potatoes and green beans, or curried chicken wraps with mango chutney, yogurt and baby gem salad, or, and this is the one I'm fancying at the moment, but who knows how I will feel by this afternoon, harissa spiced beef pilaf. That looks delicious to me. So those are the options for dinner. But now it's breakfast time. I always start my day with a cup of tea. First thing in the morning, I either sit in bed and drink a cup of tea after I've woken up, or I get on with my day and take my cup of tea with me, depending on how lazy or otherwise I'm feeling. And I'm not an early in the morning breakfast person. Sometimes I'm not a breakfast person at all, but today it's 10 past 10 as I film this, and I'm about to make my breakfast. Now, I recently cleared out my freezer in the conservatory, and I call it the freezer of doom. I'll talk a little bit later about why I call it the freezer of doom. But I discovered in there several of these baggies of frozen smoothie mix, which I put together when I was feeling a bit organised around meal planning and getting my life together, and that's what I'm having. I am having a smoothie for breakfast this morning. So let me turn you around, I'll show you what's in the bag and we can make it. So in my little homemade smoothie bag, I've just transferred it into here because I'm going to pop it into the microwave on defrost for a couple of minutes because it's very, very frozen still. Mango, some raspberries, some blackberries, some spinach and half a banana. So, oh, there's a strawberry there, and I think those are some red currants as well. Or red currants? They could be. Also, I'm going to add into it some coconut milk, low sugar, unsweetened, no sugars in fact. That's my dishwasher in the background. I do apologise. Oh no, it's the builders. It's the builders and the dishwasher. And I'm also going to add in a spoonful of this protein yogurt as well. Icelandic skyr protein yogurt. While my fruit just defrosts, if I could sum up HelloFresh in 3 words, it would be what is written on the side of their box. Let me just show you. Dinner is solved. There's a thumbnail right there. As I said earlier, and we'll come back to the meal planning thing. As I said, I am not the world's best at meal planning. I struggle with it a bit. And on the weeks that I order HelloFresh, I just feel like dinner is solved. That endless conundrum. What should we eat? What have we got in the freezer? What needs to be eaten up? Do we need to buy anything else? What shall I cook? What do we fancy? All of that, which, I don't know, some weeks it seems to come easier than others, but at the moment, the last few months, I've been really struggling with meal planning, and I think it's because Ashley and I both do half the cooking. We split the cooking sort of pretty much 50-50, so whichever one of us cooks tends to also shop. So we do lots of little shops throughout the week. We don't do one big shop. And inevitably, you end up with bits of leftover this and that you don't know what to do with, and then it doesn't get eaten up when it should. And it just creates a lot of food waste. And HelloFresh also completely gets rid of food waste, which I really like. There's never any waste with it. And that just can only be a good thing, can't it, these days? Anyway, I think the microwave has just bleeped at me, so let's go and get my fruit out and make a smoothie. Okay, smoothie is blended. Looks vaguely unappetising, doesn't it? I am not a smoothie fan. I drink smoothies because I think they're probably good for me. Not because I enjoy them. So I've also got myself a slice of, very small slice of toast with Marmite on, and this bread is from Tesco's and it's the jalapeno and 3 cheese loaf. So that's my nice bit of breakfast, and that's my because I ought to bit of breakfast. It's now almost 12 o'clock, later than normal. I feel like I've got weird one-sided hair. Later than normal, I am having my coffee break. Not so much a break as a cup of coffee. I'm intending to go back to my desk and carry on working, but I've just stopped to make the builders a cup of coffee. So I decided to have one. I am having this, my favourite little coffee, which I've talked about lots of times. It's Island Coconut, is today's in flavour. It's because I've just read infused. It's today's flavour, and it's one of my favourites. I like the Island Coconut ones. So I'm looking forward to drinking this. I feel it's well earned this morning. I've done a good couple of hours of work. I feel like everything's running a little bit late today. It's 1:20 and I'm about to do my lunch. Luckily, it's very easy and I won't be taking much time over it. Be ready in less than 5 minutes. Anyway, one thing I do know is what we're having for dinner, because Ashley's just popped home and I gave him the choice of the 3 HelloFresh meals, and of those, he has decided on this one, which is the cod in tarragon sauce with smashed potatoes and green beans, which looks blooming delicious. Not one I've had before, so I'm excited to try this one. One of the things I really like, many of the things I really like, is look, it tells you on the front, right at the top, how long it takes to cook. And HelloFresh do a brilliant range of really quick to cook, like 20 minutes, and I think they do some 10-minute meals as well. So if you're having a week when you've got a lot on and you're not going to have a lot of time for cooking, or you're going to be getting in late, you can just pick some of the meals that are 20-minute ones rather than the longer ones. Not that this is particularly long for me, 40 to 45 minutes, but it's good that you can glance at that and know when you need to start prepping dinner, isn't it? So that sort of helps me with the old organisation side of things. Anyway, enough about dinner, back to lunch. Okay, here is my lunch for today. This is homemade chicken and vegetable and tarragon soup. We had a roast chicken on, sorry, there's a helicopter coming over, quite low, that's exciting. Anyway, yeah, we had a roast chicken on Sunday, and this is some of the leftover cold chicken made into soup. I've got asparagus, leek, celery, carrot, a little bit of potato to thicken it, chicken stock, tarragon, and chopped up chicken, and a little bit of double cream. Then I've got these 3. These are those tomato bruschetta, tomato and oregano bruschetta, which are delicious. They're from Home Bargains, and a few cherry tomatoes on the side. Looking forward to this, I'm hungry. Welcome to my conservatory. This here that I am standing in front of is one of the reasons why meal planning is difficult on the weeks that I'm not using HelloFresh. This, ladies and gents, is the freezer of doom. This is what it looks like. It's a bottomless pit with no organisation other than this little basket on the top. And it is full of stuff that you can't see, don't know it's there without emptying the whole thing, and is generally almost not fit for purpose. I have no idea how to, short of taking everything out, making a list, sticking it on the wall and crossing it off, every time we take something out, or adding to it every time we put something in. There is really very little way that we ever make this freezer work for us. And sometimes, sorry, I'm just grabbing myself a Coke Zero out of the fridge on my way past. And sometimes that system works and we, you know, make it work for a little while, and other times it just doesn't. And the last 6 months or so have been one of the times that it just doesn't. So if you have any brilliant ideas about how to organise chest freezers so you know what is in them, please let me know, because we struggle, and once something gets to the bottom it could be not seen again for, you know, years. I don't know where today's gone, honestly. It's now 20 to 6 and the afternoon has just whizzed by. I did have an hour in the garden reading my book, which was lovely and much needed. Felt the need for some fresh air. So, right, it's time to start prepping the dinner. We have got, sorry, I thought that was somebody at the door. We don't have a proper doorbell at the moment because of the building work. So if I hear a tapping on the glass, I assume it's somebody at the door, but it wasn't. Anyway, where are we? So we've chosen recipe number 4. So we go to the fridge and we grab the correspondingly numbered bag at number 4. Honestly, the instructions with HelloFresh are second to none. They're really idiot proof. Not suggesting you have to be an idiot to use them, obviously. So in here we have potatoes, green beans, some fresh tarragon, love tarragon, one of my favourite herbs, and vegetable stock. And we also need, according to this, is the cod fillet, which I've got out, and the sour cream. Just need to get the sour cream out of the fridge. Sour cream is here. Right, I like to do, we don't eat till a bit later on, but I tend to like to do all my prep so everything's ready to go a little bit in advance, so that when we decide we want to eat, it's all prepared. There's no more chopping to do. I've done all of that stuff and got everything ready to go in the oven or onto the hob or whatever it needs to be done with. Tonight's looks fairly simple. The instructions are always great. I mean, the other good thing about HelloFresh, is not particularly relevant to us, but if you have somebody in your family who would like to learn to cook and doesn't really know where to start, these instructions are so foolproof and easy to follow that it just makes it super simple, even if you didn't know an awful lot about cooking. I reckon it'd be difficult to go wrong with these recipes. Right, less chat, more chopping and organising. So while I do my prep, I thought we'd have a little chat, or I would have a little chat, about meal planning in general and some of the things I do. One thing that I've learned over the years to very definitely do is to only plan 4 days in a week. So for example, on a HelloFresh week, I will order 3 or 4 meals, usually 3. And because usually we have one evening when we go out, one evening when we'll eat from the freezer, and sometimes on a non-HelloFresh week we'll have leftovers one evening, or something unexpected happens. So 4 meals in a week is enough to plan. We find it works better that way than planning any more than that, because quite often if I'm cooking, I'll cook double and freeze half, you know, I've talked about that before. So, right, these need to go onto a baking tray, drizzled with oil, seasoned with salt and pepper, and tossed to coat, spread out on a single layer, cut side down. Right, these can go into this baking tray. We will give them a generous little glug of olive oil and plenty of salt and pepper. Then give them a good mix. So yeah, 4 nights of planning, generally, or 4 evening meals worth of planning. What are the other things that I do? Something I did not long ago was make a list of all of the meals that we have that are, you know, those meals that you sort of go-to meals, the ones you don't need a recipe for, that you've cooked for years, yeah, nice and easy, can do them without thinking, because it's so useful, even though you know all of those things. And you know them. And sometimes when you're trying to think of what to cook, things don't come that easily to you. So just having a sort of cheat sheet with those meals listed, it makes it so much easier for me to pick out 2 or 3 of those for a week and just crack on with those. Right, potatoes are ready to go into the oven. Let's do the green beans next. I love green beans, they're one of my favourite vegetables. Right, so these need trimming and halving. Tell you what would be interesting, how do you do with meal planning? Are you a fly by the seat of your pants type of person, or do you tend to be very, very organised and know exactly what you're going to be having? The other thing that I like to do is not to set days in stone of what we're going to eat, because you don't always fancy what you've planned for that night. I've discovered that over the years as well. Sometimes you fancy Thursday's meal on a Monday. Shock horror. So we very much just make it the sort of a rough list for the week, and then you can change it up or change it around as things happen, and you've got a little bit more flexibility rather than, you know, sort of making yourself eat a certain thing on a certain night. Now, if you're interested in giving HelloFresh a go, all these beans do look lovely. I have a really good offer for you, which is down in the description box. I'll pop it across the screen now as well. Have an offer whereby if you use my discount code and click through on the link below, you will get 50% off your first HelloFresh box and 35% off your following 3 HelloFresh boxes, which I think is a really good offer. The nice thing about it as well, you don't have to commit to having it every week. You can skip weeks whenever you like. There's no limit to how many you can skip. You can have 2 meals one week, 4 the next week. You know, you can really change it up as much as you want. They have extras, and they do lunch options now as well, and side dishes if you want to have those. So there's loads and loads of different things, and you never get bored. They change up the menus regularly, and there's always such a great choice. There's something for everyone.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show.
Well, that looks a pretty good comparison to that. It smells absolutely delicious. I almost split the sauce because I was talking on the phone as I was cooking, but I can't wait to get stuck into this. Well, it's now the following day, and I've just realised that I haven't done, or I didn't do, a finishing off bit for this video. I meant to come back to you after we'd eaten and tell you what we thought of the meal, which was delicious. Even got the thumbs up from Ashley, who's not the world's biggest fish fan. I'm more of a fish fan than Ashley. And the tarragon sauce, all HelloFresh sauce, I have to say. They make very good sauces, or the base for sauces. Obviously, I actually made it. But anyway, yeah, we very much enjoyed that. And tonight we have the beef pilaf, which I'm always also looking forward to. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. As I said, the details for the very good HelloFresh offer, highly recommend if you haven't tried it, are in the description box below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.